Hello and good day, Mike Adcock with an update on Tropical Depression A located over the Mariana Islands southeast of Guam. This briefing is based on the 9 Zulu Japan Meteorological Agency advisory from the 26th of February 2014. Do apologize in advance for my voice. I've been battling a cold over the weekend and still trying to recover. But nonetheless, taking a look here at satellite, we do see the convection starting to consolidate there on the northern side of the system. Quite a bit of cloud cover, though, spreading across Micronesia as well as into Guam. As of 7 p.m. in the local time there in Guam, or 9 Zulu, the center of circulation was estimated about 285 kilometers north-northwest of Weno there in Chuuk, or about 785 kilometers east-southeast of Guam. The system is drifting off to the west very slowly. Winds, according to JMA, at 55 kilometers per hour with gusts up to 85, and the central pressure at around 1,004 hectopascal. JMA is issuing advisories because they do anticipate this to become a tropical storm in the next 24 hours. If that occurs, the next name to be given internationally would be Faxi. That is a Alao name, a feminine name in the Alao language. Once it does cross past 135 degrees east and enters into the Philippine area of responsibility, it would then be named Kaloy there locally. Alright, taking a look at the Dvorak Analysis. Not much here to talk about. JMA is not providing us any SAT reps at this time. JTWC could not find the low-level circulation, so the only data that we have is from NESDIS. Microwave imagery vaguely supported a weak low-level closed circulation, and that's stretching it. They are basing the final T off of the data T. It was slightly more than 2/10 of a very broad band there. So data T of 1.0, model was 1, and the pattern just under 1. So data T, or final T there of 1.0, which is very weak. Taking a look across the region, though, you do see again there over Micronesia the large area of cloud cover associated with this depression. Off to the north, high pressure dominating over Japan. Do have the tail end of a cold front there to the northeast of our depression, so you do see those northeasterly winds associated with that. Then another frontal boundary approaching Japan from the southwest. And this is all reflected on the 06 Zulu surface analysis from the Japan Meteorological Agency. Because of this area of high pressure centered over Japan, providing some very nice conditions, especially in central and northern Japan, that's going to keep this storm system moving very slowly off to the west for the next several days. Here is the latest track from JMA right now. Of course, because this is a tropical depression, not a whole lot of data being provided, but again, moving slowly off to the west. By this time tomorrow, expecting this to become a tropical storm with winds of sustained 65 kilometers per hour, gusts up to 95 kilometers as it increases in forward speed, moving to the west at 17 kilometers per hour. With this system, and because it has developed over the past several hours, JTWC has issued a tropical cyclone formation alert as of 5:30 Zulu. Right now, looking at maximum sustained winds at about 15 to 20 knots, or 30 to 35 kilometers per hour, and this is really again based on the consolidating low-level circulation. Microwave imagery shows 15 to 20 knot winds on the western side of this system, with stronger winds associated with that strong northeasterly flow on the backside of that cold front that we mentioned earlier. Take a look at the track guidance, though. Again, slowly moving off to the west. Going to be some perturbations and moving around to the north and south. The concern is a general track toward the west-northwest. This is going to continue to affect Micronesia as well as possibly the southern Mariana Islands. Now, the concern that we have, though, is GFS tends to be rather bullish with the development on this system. After a couple days, it does develop it into a tropical storm, and then later on, by the day 4 period, bring this in as a typhoon. At this time, I'm a little weary of that. I mean, considering climatology and all that, early March, I want to hold back. I mean, not saying that it can't happen, but at this time, do want to monitor the progress of this storm to see if it does bite on. Some of the this has been one of the more bullish models. Some of the other models, though, aren't taking it quite this aggressive. But do want to show the GFS surface chart there for you. This is over the next 5 days. This will take you into early Monday morning. You see very slow progression as it continues to develop. And then by the weekend, getting into Sunday, into Monday, we're starting to affect Guam with heavy rainfall, as indicated there in the shading, and some strong winds out of the northeast and east. Now, the concern is, okay, yeah, we've got the winds to deal with, but really the concern is with the slow forward progression, we're going to have to be dealing with heavy rainfall. Here is a rainfall accumulation graphic here showing the amount of rain that will accumulate over the next 5 days through Monday morning, and you do see very heavy rainfalls there over Micronesia as well as the Mariana Islands. This is something that the National Weather Service Forecast Office in Guam is monitoring it for the weekend. Highlighted there in yellow, that indicates rainfall totals of about 3 inches or about 80 millimeters. Red would indicate 8 inches of rainfall or about 200 millimeters, and then there in white you see it would be about a foot of rainfall or about 300 millimeters of rainfall. So this is definitely going to be something of concern, especially since the track has been or since the models have been a little more aggressively moving the system forward than it actually has been. There is concern that this system may slow down more than advertised, and if that is the case, this could pose a very concerning situation in terms of rainfall in this area. Not a whole lot of observations. There are a couple of ships there to the southwest and west of the system. Do want to take a look at that boat there almost to the west, 80 kilometers west-southwest of our depression at 9 Zulu. Actually, just looking at some cloudy conditions, northwesterly winds at 15 kilometers per hour. Note the pressure, though, 1,003.8 hectopascal. Both JTWC and JMA were estimating at 1,004. They may be a tad bit high, considering that this is 80 kilometers out to the west-southwest. The ship there a little bit further to the southwest at 105 kilometers. A little higher pressure, not much change. Out of the winds out there out of the west at 15. Pressure there 1,005.9 hectopascal. Of course, we're going to continue to follow this for you over at westernpacificweather.com. You're more than welcome to join us there or follow us on Twitter and Facebook. You can also join in on the conversation at storm2k.org. I'll be posting updates as well on Twitter at Senior Pepper. Thank you all for tuning in. Again, I apologize for my voice. Hopefully it gets better here really soon. Have a great day. Be safe and take care.